And let us see some of the conditions which we have discussed initially in the electrophilic addition reactions, right? Let's take a alkene here. This is the alkene over here. And what is happening here is that in the first step, what happens? Electrophile addition takes place, right? When electrophile addition takes place, which place carbocation is generated and all those things we'll discuss when we discuss about Markovnikov rule. Okay, yeah, here carbocation is generated after addition of electrophile over there. After that, what is happening here is that this is the secondary carbocation, and here we have hydrogen. This carbon is tertiary carbon, right? Tertiary carbon is comparatively more stable. That's what we can expect a rearrangement over there. What happens? Hydride shift takes place here. Okay, 1 comma 2 hydride shift. Hydride shift takes place in this step. When hydride shift takes place, what happens? This carbon gets the hydrogen. 1 second. Hydrogen, and this carbon gets the carbocation. What is this carbocation? This is tertiary carbocation. When we compare with this carbocation, right, this tertiary carbocation is more stable. That's what there is a possibility of rearrangement. Then after rearrangement, right, we have a negative part of the reagent, that is Nu minus. It might be anything. It might be X minus, it might be OH minus, or anything. Okay, negative part of the reagent attacks over there. When it attacks, what happens? We'll get a product something like this. Right? Yeah. Here what we are saying, here rearrangement of carbocation by 1 comma 2 hydride shift, we can see, right? Hydride shift. Okay, now let us see another kind of rearrangement of carbocation over there. And now let us take another example over here. Okay, this is an alkene. When electrophile is added over there, what happens in the RDS step, redetermining step, right? We'll get a carbocation over there. Carbocation after addition of electrophile. What is happening here is that we have a secondary carbocation, right? We have methyls to the adjacent carbon, right? If methyl shift takes place over there, this particular carbon becomes tertiary carbocation. Tertiary carbocation is comparatively stable in that of secondary one. That's what we can expect another rearrangement here. Another rearrangement. What is that? Here methyl shift takes place. 1 comma 2 methyl shift. 1 comma 2 methyl shift. When methyl shift takes place, what happens? Here methyl shift taking place. This is the methyl which is shifted over there, and this carbon gets the carbocation. Now what is happening here? We got tertiary carbocation, right? Tertiary carbocation is stable in that of secondary carbocation. That's what we can expect the rearrangement, right? Here in the final step, we have a negative part of the reagent. Let us assume that's like Nu minus over there and attacks over there. And finally what happens? We'll get the full addition product, electrophile and the nucleophile. These are the conditions where we can see expect the rearrangement of carbocation, right? In the first case we have seen hydride shift. Second case we have seen methyl shift over here. Okay, now let us see where the ring expansion takes place. Now let us see one of the examples over there. Let us take an alkene. Generally, what is that? The 3-member ring or 4-member rings are generally likely to be unstable because of bond angle deviations, right? The first step, what happens in the redetermining step? Addition of electrophile takes place, right? When addition of electrophile takes place in RDS, right? What happens? Carbocation generation takes place. Carbocation is generated. Now, if you see this is secondary carbon, right? If you see the adjacent position, this is tertiary, And what do we have? We have ring over there, which is 4-member ring. There is a possibility of expansion also. When expansion happens, what happens? When ring expansion happens, what happens? It extends to, this is a 4-member ring, extends to 5-member ring. Okay, here what is happening here? Ring expansion. Ring expansion. Yeah. Now let us see here. Now let us assume this is the first carbon, right? Then this is going to be the second carbon. Means, let me write the thing here. The adjacent carbon gets the carbocation. Yeah. After that, what happens? The final step, the negative part of the reagent will be added over there, and finally, no, it won't happen. Why it won't happen means, yeah, see here, this is a secondary carbon, right? And the adjacent carbon is tertiary carbon, right? Tertiary carbon is more stable than of secondary carbon. That's what we can expect. Hydride shift. When hydride shift, what takes place? What happens? It is a 1, 2 hydride shift. Hydride shift. When this shift happens, what happens? We'll get the tertiary carbocation over there. This is the tertiary carbocation. This is where the hydride shift has taken place. And finally, what do we have? We have negative part of the reagent will be added over there, and finally we'll get the product. Okay, this is what the final product. In the same example we have seen, ring expansion is taking place, and hydride rearrangement is also taking place, right? This is how this carbocation rearrangement and ring expansion will be taking place generally during the reaction mechanism. This is what all about the introduction to the electrophilic addition reactions. Thank you for watching.